Welcome to the good old days.
Hello, today I'm here with Harrison Maximilian, a senior, and we're up on the third floor of the old building searching for traces of the past. Traces of the past are things in the building that represent what was here before. Now, one of the neat features of the building when it opened in 1921 was a huge lecture room that was up here on the third floor. Now, this lecture room was so large that it came out about 5 feet into the hallway. So the hallway on the third floor was just a little narrow hallway in the front of the building. And it was actually a lecture room that had tiered seating, like steps that went up, so all the students could look down and see the teacher doing a demonstration, usually for science classes. And it was a very elaborate lecture room because it had a huge skylight up on the ceiling. And back then, when they built public buildings like schools, they put a lot of work into the finishing of it, like fancy plaster molding at the top, like crown molding and corbels. I found out about this lecture room by reading descriptions of the building in the newspaper after it opened and looking through old blueprints. But unfortunately, Harrison, there was never any pictures of this elaborate lecture room that was here in this part of the building until they started the construction of this building to renovate it in 2015. And they took down all these ceilings. And then I started seeing traces of the past, seeing remnants of this huge lecture room that was once there. You want to see some of these remnants?
Yeah, of course.
You see right there?
Yeah.
That's the corner of the room, and that's the plaster trim work around it. In this classroom, Harrison, we can still see some remnants of the skylight. Let's check it out. When you walk through these really old front classrooms, you can feel those wooden floors underneath these tiles still moving around. And when we look up here, you do see a lot of the old wooden beams that are still up there from the original construction. Do you see these little openings?
Wow.
They were all the framed out portions of that huge skylight. These steel beams weren't added until 1935 to sort of secure up the building from the original wood construction. If you look right there, you can see where they busted away one of the corbels. That one got busted away during the renovation, but there's one remaining one. If you look over here against the wall, Harrison, check it out.
Whoa, look at that.
The whole room would have had those around the entire room, along with the crown molding. Now, you know what I'm saying? You don't see details like that in modern construction anymore.
It's all plain.
And that's why I like seeing traces of the past. You see something in a blueprint. Unfortunately, there's no pictures of it. But when the drop ceilings all start coming down, you start seeing some of this neat architecture that's still remaining in the building. But hey, remember, Harrison, the good old days weren't always good, and tomorrow ain't as bad as it seems. We'll see you then.